What do you say to the skeptics who perhaps now increasingly believe that nearshoring is the only option, and therefore supply chains become shorter, there's less manufacturing overseas, it's happening even in places like Mexico, and I think about the US. What maybe kind of challenge do you put to them, or where do you equally perhaps agree with them as well? It's such a nuanced topic.
I very rarely find those people to be anyone that ever ran a brand ever. Let's start with apparel. There aren't enough fabric mills in the United States to produce the fabric needed. There isn't the expertise, hemming, sewing, buttons, zippers. The ecosystem does not exist. And anytime a local person tries to quote locally, it is 5 to 10 times the cost. It just doesn't make sense. Now, Mexico, there's a lot of data saying, oh, Mexico is importing X amount of imports now, a huge amount. Most of those stuff are produced outside of Mexico. Unfortunately, until today, Mexico was the warehouse of the United States of America. It had the free trade zone in Tijuana. Goods were brought in through bonded facilities in the States, then to Tijuana or directly to Tijuana, and then parcel by parcel shipment to the United States using de minimis section 321. They never became experts in manufacturing. Cars, maybe, not apparel. And they could do it one day. And I know President Sheinbaum wants that, which is why she tried to add taxes to anyone trying to leverage that model. But those things take time. You're talking 20, 40 years to build expertise, the mills, the machinery. That does not happen overnight. So we represent hundreds of American brands. Not one is onshoring. It doesn't exist. And even if you go to Vietnam or India, been around for a long time, not as long as China at scale, but been around for a long time. Even they are nowhere near the capacity and the ability to produce like China. So onshoring, not happening. Mexico, depending on what world you live in, I think car manufacturing, they're great at. I'm sure some segments. Most consumer goods, they're not good at. China is no longer the cheapest place in the world. It's actually more expensive than Vietnam and India, a lot more expensive than India, but it's the best quality, the best ecosystem. So we'll see what happens. But the most we're seeing is some people moving to Vietnam and India. They're having their own problems. Now you got to order 400 rolls of fabric from the fabric mill, or you're buying lower amounts of fabric from China. It'll take you 10 days on a boat. So there are their own problems, but definitely not onshoring. That is not happening.